This is Cashflow Ninja, episode 159 with Kevin Harrington.
Welcome to the Cashflow Ninja, the podcast empowering and inspiring people to discover how to generate their own income and manage, grow, and protect their own wealth in the new economy. Now, here is your host, MC Laubscher.
Hello everyone, MC Laubscher here, and welcome to another episode of the Cashflow Ninja. I have a great show for you today, and in today's show, we're going to look at how to present and pitch your idea to a shark in the Shark Tank. My guest today is Kevin Harrington. Kevin Harrington has been a successful entrepreneur over the last 40 years. He's an original shark on the ABC hit show and Emmy award-winning TV show Shark Tank. He's also the inventor of the Infomercial, as seen on TV pioneer, co-founder of the Electronic Retailers Association, and co-founder of the Entrepreneurs Organization. Kevin has launched over 20 businesses that have grown to over $100 million in sales each, and has been involved in more than a dozen public companies and has launched over 500 products, generating more than $5 billion in sales worldwide with iconic brands and celebrities such as Jack Lalanne, Tony Little, George Foreman, and the new iGrow hair restoration product on QVC. Kevin has extensive experience in business all over the world, opening distribution outlets in over 100 countries worldwide. His success led Mark Burnett to handpick Kevin to become an original shark on the Shark Tank, where he filmed over 175 segments. Kevin currently operates a private consulting firm where he works with companies to increase distribution, analyze electronic retailing opportunities, effectively market on digital, social media, TV, radio, or print, source manufacturing, celebrity relationships, opening up his Rolodex, and has been able to 10x the stock price of several public companies. In today's competitive world, companies cannot operate the way that they have in the past because of advancements in technology and the digital marketplace. Kevin provides the advice and expertise on how to navigate the constant changing distribution and marketing outlets. Kevin also brings his Rolodex and relationships to all companies he works with, including help in financing like he did with Russell Simmons and Celsius. Kevin got his start as a young entrepreneur in the early 80s when he invested $25,000 and launched Quantum International. This turned into a $500 million per year business on the New York Stock Exchange and drove the stock price from $1 to $20 per share. After selling his interest in Quantum International, he formed a joint venture with the home shopping network called HSN Direct, which he grew to hundreds of millions of dollars in sales. Entrepreneur magazine has called him one of the top entrepreneurs of our time. Aside from speaking to audiences across 5 continents, Kevin's influence has reached over 100 million people through his multimedia presence and industry dominance. A prominent business thought leader, he's often featured and quoted as business leaders in the Wall Street Journal, New York Times, USA Today, CNBC, Forbes, Entrepreneur, Fortune Magazine, The Today Show, Good Morning America, CBS Morning News, The View, Squawk Box, Fox Business, and more. He is a regular contributor to Forbes magazine and Inc.com and has published acclaimed books like Act Now, How to Turn Ideas into $1 Million Products, as well as the bestseller Key Person of Influence. He is a co-founder of the Entrepreneurs Organization, which has grown to 45 countries and thousands of members, generating over $500 billion of member sales. In 1999, he co-founded the global direct-to-consumer organization and trade show, the Electronic Retailers Association. Today, the ERA is the exclusive trade association to represent a global $350 billion direct-to-consumer marketplace encompassing 450 different companies in 45 countries. The true value of Kevin is not only the 40 years of his knowledge of building businesses, but also what he can do for other companies and many industries with his global Rolodex and his ability to solve problems. Please share your feedback and thoughts with me on today's interview. You can let me know your thoughts on Twitter by tweeting me at MC Laubscher or by email at info@cashflowninja.com. And please remember to join our mailing list by signing up at cashflowninja.com or texting Cashflow Ninja, one word, all capitalized, to 44222. That's 2 4s and 3 2s. You can support the show by becoming a patron on Patreon for $10 a month. And when you become a patron, you get access to our private Facebook page and a Cashflow Ninja t-shirt. You can become a patron by visiting cashflowninja.com/support. Have you read Rich Dad Poor Dad? Are you interested in real estate investing and don't know where to start or how to get the results you want? For valuable information to get you started, visit JoinOps Properties at joinopsproperties.com. If you're not earning at least 8% on your cash, you do not want to miss the private lending presentation for non-accredited investors done by Jimmy Freeland and Bob Scott. Discover how to create an income stream from real estate without the management headaches. You can access the presentation at cashflowninja.com/private lending. Spartan Invest have a proven plan and system helping investors creating passive income and wealth through turnkey real estate ownership in the exciting market of Birmingham, Alabama. Find out why Birmingham has got it going on, why it's a steal right now, why it's a millennial hangout, a hidden gem, and one of the most exciting investment opportunities you have never heard of. You can download your free report, 5 Big Reasons to Invest in the Magical City of Birmingham, Alabama, at cashflowninja.com/Spartan. I've spoken about the most powerful system on the planet on the show, the banking system, and my firm Valhalla Wealth Financial helps people reclaim the banking function within their own lives through leveraging the premium tools and strategies of the wealthy. If you're interested in reclaiming the banking function within your own life and the infinite banking concept, you can access a free webinar presentation at cashflowninja.com/be-the-bank. Kevin, welcome to the show.
Hey, it's fabulous to be here. It's a great day.
Now, you are the creator of the Infomercial. What was the aha moment you had or the opportunity that you saw when you created this vehicle?
Well, it was back in the early 80s. I was watching cable TV, which had just started here in the United States in the early 80s. And I went through the 24-hour news channel, CNN, the 24-hour sports channel, ESPN, got to the music channel, MTV. Then when I got to the Discovery Channel, there was nothing on the screen. Just these bars were on the screen. And I called the cable company, and they said, oh, Discovery is only an 18-hour-a-day network. You're watching it during the 6 hours that they don't have any programming. And that's when the light bulb went off. Well, if they don't have any programming, I'll give them programming with products to sell. And so I cut a deal to give them a percentage of sales. And one by one, we were selling this and that and fitness and Tony Little, then Jack Lalanne and the juicer, and then George Foreman. And all of a sudden, we were off to the races with hundreds and hundreds of products in literally dozens and dozens of countries. Because if there's bars on the screen in the U.S., there were bars on the screen in Europe and in Asia and in Latin America and in the Middle East, et cetera. So it became a global business very quickly for me, and I've been doing it now 32 years.
What is the formula you would share for a successful infomercial, since this would be an extremely valuable lesson regarding sales and the sales process?
So first of all, an infomercial, because it's 30 minutes long, think of it as somewhat of a TV show. You've got to have a strong open that gets your attention and gives some kind of a problem. So you need that opening tease, I call it. And now you've hooked them to watch it. Because if you don't hook them to watch it and they tune out, you don't get any viewers, you don't get any sales. Once you've hooked them to watch it, so that's called the tease, then I break the rest of the time of the 30 minutes into 3 10-minute segments. And those segments should somewhat repeat themselves a little bit in that you've got to have some of the same content in each segment, introducing some new stuff too. But because people tune in sometimes in the middle of a show, and anymore today, the attention span is light. So you've got this opening tease that's 2 to 3 minutes, and then you've got 3 kind of like 8 to 9 minute segments, and each segment is capped with a call to action. So as part of it, so you've got an opening tease. Then I call it the please, which is the first please is the first pod in the first 8 minutes. Then you have that call to action, which is the seize. So you tease them, you please them, and then you seize them. And when you seize them, what you're doing is closing with an irresistible offer. And then you come back and you please for another 8 to 10 minutes and seize again. Then you please for another 8 minutes and seize again. So you open with a tease, you please, then seize, then please, then seize, then please, then seize. And that is a rough guideline of a powerful infomercial.
And I love the upsell too. And if you buy right now, not only will you get this, and then,
but wait, there's more. Yes, okay.
But wait, there's more, and with an easy payable 3 payment options, right?
Yeah, you got it.
Now, what is the future of as seen on TV? Since tablets, smartphones, and the internet has stolen a lot of the eyes and ears from TV.
Well, so I say the future is not great, to be honest with you. I'm an as seen on TV, pioneer, but it's now moved to other distribution platforms: Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, Snapchat. In fact, one of the problems is the younger generation is not watching TV. So we have to prepare for this by following the eyeballs, follow them to digital platforms. So my business is now more than half digital, and actually it's running probably closer to 80% digital, 20% television now. And it used to be really 100% TV. Then it got to 80-20, 80% TV, 20% digital. It's now the flip-flop of that. 80% digital, 20% TV.
Very, very interesting. Now, Kevin is one of the original sharks in the Shark Tank. What did you look for in presentations by entrepreneurs, and how does anyone pitch Kevin Harrington?
Good question. I like it. So, what I look for is, first thing I look for is a business that is unique, and unique enough such that it solves some kind of a problem that no other business or product is solving already. So, because one of the things that the sharks will always ask, okay, that's a great pitch. Is there anybody doing the same thing? Okay. And so if there are people doing the same thing, that's not good. I look for something that's unique. It's got some IP, if possible, some intellectual property, some patents. I look for a good management team, and I look for a good entrepreneur. But I don't say that I bet on the jockey anymore, because if you go to Churchill Downs where they race the Kentucky Derby, the owners of the horses and the trainers, they're going to say you could put any jockey on their horse to win. They've got the horse, they've got the trainer, they've got the doctors, they've got the owner. Okay, and an entrepreneur, the jockey is part of the process. The entrepreneur needs to surround himself. Now, he's the orchestrator, he's the maestro, but he needs to surround himself with a dream team. So I look for somebody that is not afraid to surround themselves with a lot of smart people. When I get somebody that's so headstrong that he's alienating any smart people out the door, then I watch out, because that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for someone that's willing to listen, willing to hear about opportunities and dream team, and bringing in some experts. Because let's put it this way. I know the SENA TV business, but all of a sudden it turned digital. If I didn't listen to the digital people around me and just kept my blinders on, I'd be out of business by now. So you've got to be willing to accept and listen to the experts that you can surround yourself with. And so if you got a great concept that's unique, that's positioned well with a good dream team, you're going to make money. And that's what I look for as a shark.
You're listening to Kevin Harrington on the Cashflow Ninja podcast. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Are you having a hard time finding great investment properties? Unfortunately, the best deals are rarely found locally. Successful investing begins with the right properties in the right markets. Norada Real Estate provides everything you need to invest in the best deals across the United States. Our simple, proven system will help you create real wealth and passive monthly cash flow. Learn how to find the best deals by downloading your free copy of The Ultimate Guide to Passive Real Estate Investing at noradarealestate.com. That's NORADA realestate.com.
You're listening to Kevin Harrington on the Cashflow Ninja podcast, and now back to our interview. Speaking about unique concepts, and full disclaimer, I have a scrub daddy in my house. What are some of the most unique and successful products that you've seen pitched on the Shark Tank, and what were some of the products that surprised you in their success?
Well, so there's been some cool things. I mean, I'll tell you, one of the biggest shockers for me was a product. I mean, by the way, Scrub Daddy wasn't such a shocker because it's a cool product. It works. Gives you a little bit of suds. It scrubs. It's cool. It's got a good name. Lori Grenier did a great job. I think that sold millions of pieces. And so the success of that was great. One that shocked me, a lady came in. She had a cat toilet training system called City Kitty. And I don't know if you ever saw that one, but that was, throw your litter box away and you got a toilet training system that goes on top of the toilet. And within 4 weeks, the cat's jumping on the toilet, going to the bathroom on a regular toilet. So that was pretty cool. And that ended up doing almost $10 million in sales. Actually, I think I heard over 10 million now. And so that was a mind blower of a product, and it worked. Damon John had a great one that was boneless ribs. And I think he's doing a deal with Carl's Jr. right now. So I think that's a pretty cool one. So, I mean, there's been a lot of nice products. I did a jewelry deal with a guy named Aldo Orta that did very well on QVC. So I think over time, you see probably, if I had to guess, probably about 20% of the products that actually and deals that came on Shark Tank ended up having some success. And I think all of them had some level of some kind of activity. But I think that I think that at the end of the day, more of the products had an initial bump and hit, but not long term. And so that was one of the shockers on Shark Tank, is that while there were some initial bumps, when I say bump, like a lift in sales, that, a lot of those after 6 or 8 months would die down. Now, the 20% factor, though, was that 20% built some very powerful businesses. So it's kind of a 1 out of 5 rule. That's kind of my motto in my business. If I can hit 1 out of 5, I'm doing pretty well. I mean, I like to be 1 out of 3, 1 out of 4, but 1 out of 5 in the end, if the one that works is big, it works pretty good. Those numbers work out for everybody.
Given one habit I've observed from wealthy and successful people is that they're always studying new subjects and learning new skill sets. What are you currently studying, and what new skill sets are you currently learning?
That's another good question. I think, first of all, I've kind of mentioned it a little bit here. I was not an enthusiast of, I was not like one to go on Facebook and post all this stuff and do all these things on Instagram and Pinterest. And I was like, Snapchat. I'm like, when I first heard about Snapchat, I'm like, how could anybody be interested in just sending 10-minute videos that disappear? And now the guy that did it has created a $20 billion company. Okay. So I'm the first to admit that I'm very slow to move on some of these new technology platforms. But once I realize what I need to do and I start doing it, then I get very involved. So I've been doing much more on Facebook and I'm creating much more content today. So I say I'm a digital entrepreneur now, and that is very exciting, because this is the difference between the old days for me. And when I was in high school, I started a driveway sealing business. And then when I was in college, I started a heating and air conditioning business. These kids today, they're starting Snapchat and Facebook and Pinterest and these companies that grow to billions, So right. When you think about the opportunities that exist, it's a much bigger and better world with digital opportunities, because you can go global and you can go pretty quickly. So I'm tuning into the global marketplace of digital opportunities, and this has been a really fun time for me as an older entrepreneur.
Kevin, our core message in our show is to leave our families, communities, and the world better than we found it by passing down a mindset, values, and principles to future generations, not just money. So if you cannot pass on any money to future generations, and we're only allowed to pass on 3 principles to them to build wealth and achieve happiness and success, what would they be?
Well, always a good question. Good question to wrap things up, I think, because, I always believe, that I work towards my family, for one, because I have 2 boys now, and I teach them. They're both in the business. My oldest boy has been with me 7 years. He's 28 years old. My youngest boy is 19 and has been doing it about a year now. So first of all, I think one thing that I believe in, and I've said this to my boys, and I found that several organizations, and I'm about to start a 3rd one now, but I believe that when you form, my first organization was called the Young Entrepreneurs Organization, YEO, which now is called EO, and it's the world's largest entrepreneurial organization that exists. We're in 45 countries, 150 cities, and we have tens of thousands of members, or more than 10,000 members, I'll say. And it's just a very powerful networking club. And I believe this is a nonprofit organization. And so nothing to do with leaving money, but I leave this idea to people that they need to leave their footprint, their handprints, whatever it might be, on some kind of a group, a club, an organization, nonprofit, something that gives back to society, to the community, whether it be in a social cause or could be a business cause. But there isn't a month that goes by that I don't get phone calls from people that are in the Entrepreneurs Organization looking for help, looking for mentoring, and I've been providing that free of charge for years and years and years. And it's giving back to the community, giving back to the entrepreneurial community, I think is probably the strongest thing that I want to leave the world myself. So I think anybody that's out there listening should be planning that kind of I don't want to use the word donation necessarily, but contribution maybe to the world before they, that's something that they can pass on. So I think that's probably the strongest thing that I could think of.
Truly inspirational. Everything about Kevin Harrington can be found at kevinharrington.tv. Kevin, thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing your knowledge and providing so much value for my listeners.
Hey, it's been a pleasure being here. It's a sunny day in Florida right now, and I love it that way. So thanks for having me. And for all the people out there, if anybody wants to reach me, kevinharrington.tv. I love giving back to the entrepreneurial community. So thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure.
This is MC Laubscher, the host of the Cashflow Ninja podcast. As you may know, I'm also the president and chief wealth strategist of Valhalla Wealth Financial. We help individuals, families, small businesses, entrepreneurs, and professionals build their wealth outside of Wall Street and help investors maximize the use of every dollar in their personal economy and boost their investment gains. We do this by combining the capital and investments with the financial vehicle of the wealthy according to the infinite banking concept. If you're interested to learn more about privatized banking and the infinite banking concept, you can access an exclusive webinar at cashflowninja.com/be the bank. Thank you for joining my guest, Kevin Harrington, and myself on the Cashflow Ninja today. If you like what you hear and appreciate what we're trying to build here at the Cashflow Ninja, please subscribe, rate, and review our show on iTunes and share our show with family, friends, and your network. I'm always trying to learn and improve in every area of my life, so if there's any way that I can provide more value to you and serve you better, please reach out to me at info@cashflowninja.com. If you're not a subscriber to the Cashflow Ninja Gashku newsletter, you can sign up for our newsletter at cashflowninja.com or text Cashflow Ninja to 44222. That's 2 4s and 3 2s. You can also support the show by becoming a patron on Patreon for $10 a month. When you become a patron for 12 months, you get access to our private Facebook page and a Cashflow Ninja t-shirt. Jimmy Freeland and Bob Scott have been in your shoes and have used real estate investing to become financially free. They've designed a system to take any beginner to an experienced deal-making investor in the least amount of time. They offer opportunities from basic education, coaching, bridge loan investing to turnkey investments in the cash-flowing market of St. Louis, Missouri. For more information, please visit joinupsproperties.com or call Jimmy and Bob at 314-799-2247. If you're not earning at least 8% on your cash, you do not want to miss the private lending presentation for non-accredited investors done by Jimmy Freeland and Bob Scott. Discover how to create an income stream from real estate without the management headaches. You can access the presentation at cashflowninja.com/private lending. Creating passive income for you and your family is easier than you think. All you need are three things: the right plan, the right product, and the right turnkey provider. As an investor, you want a safe, profitable, and convenient way to invest your capital without being at the mercy of stock market fluctuation. Investing in real estate in a turnkey way that provides monthly passive income with very low risk is exactly what Spartan Invest provides for their clients. Their mission is to make investing in real estate easy for the busy professional. Spartan Invest help investors create passive income and wealth through turnkey ownership in Birmingham, Alabama. You can download your free report, 5 Big Reasons to Invest in the Magical City of Birmingham, Alabama, at cashflowninja.com/Spartan. The wealthiest families on the planet know how to capture their wealth and then leveraging their wealth through their own banking system. If you're interested in privatized banking and the infinite banking concept and learning the premier strategies of the wealthiest individuals and families on the planet, you can access your free webinar at cashflowninja.com/be-the-bank. That's our show for today, everyone. Until next time, live a life of passion and purpose on your terms.
You have been listening to the Cash Flow Ninja with your host, MC Laubscher, the podcast empowering and inspiring people to discover how to generate their own income and manage, grow, and protect their own wealth in the new economy. Today's show notes and resources are available on our website, cashflowninja.com. This presentation is for educational and informational purposes only. The information being presented and considered does not consider your particular financial objectives or situation, and it does not make personalized recommendations. This material is not intended to replace the advice of a qualified tax and legal advisor or other qualified professionals, and you should not use the information in place of a customized consultation with a licensed professional regarding your specific personal financial objective, situation, and needs. We believe the information provided is reliable, but we do not guarantee its accuracy, timeliness, or completeness.